After ranking 204 Shopify brands on Google, I can tell you this. If you're not following the right strategy, you are doomed to fail from the very start, which means burning thousands of pounds of revenue every single month on paid ads while you watch your competitors enjoy that free organic traffic. Today, I'm revealing the exact 5-step process to rank Shopify brands on Google and drive more organic revenue for your brand. This is what works right now in 2025 and beyond. If you miss this, you have to keep overpaying while you watch others win. Before we dive in, let me tell you something really important. SEO isn't actually that complex. There's no tricks, there's no hacks, and it's not about trying to outsmart Google. It's all about following a proven step-by-step process. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down each step of the process, and by the end of the video, you will know exactly what you need to do to rank your Shopify brand on Google in the next 90 days. Let's start with the foundation of any successful SEO campaign: keyword research. But not just any keywords we're talking about. We're talking about keywords that actually drive sales. Here's what most people get wrong. They target keywords purely based on search volume. Huge mistake. Instead, focus on search intent. Let me show you what I mean. If someone searches for wireless headphones, are they ready to buy? Probably not. But best wireless headphones under $200, yeah, now that's a buyer intent keyword. When doing keyword research for your store, you need to look for keywords with commercial intent behind them. These are keywords where the searcher is actively looking to make a purchase. Let me break down our exact process. First, you need to identify your money keywords. These are typically your collection pages and your product pages too. For example, if you sell fitness equipment, your money keywords might be buy adjustable dumbbells, best home gym equipment, commercial treadmills for sale. You can use tools like Ahrefs and SEMrush to discover potential keyword ideas. Or simply plug in your biggest competitors and see all of the keywords they're targeting just like that. Next up, you want to analyze the search intent. Remember, it's not just about targeting keywords with the highest search volume. You want to target keywords that have a clear transactional intent behind them. Get this wrong and you'll notice an increase in traffic, but not an increase in sales. This happens to so many brands out there. Once you've settled on the right keywords for your brand, you then need to map them to the right page to ensure the highest conversion rates possible. Let me show you a real example from one of our clients. We had a client selling premium coffee machines. When they came to us, they were obsessed with ranking for keywords such as coffee machines, a keyword getting 97,000 searches per month. Sounds great, right? Wrong. Here's why someone searching for coffee machines could be a complete waste of time for a brand. This could be literally a student writing a paper about how coffee machines work. It could also be a person starting the research, or someone looking for cheap coffee machines from Argos that are under £30. But when we dug into the data, we found keyword gems like best bean to cup coffee machine for small businesses. We found commercial espresso machines for 1,800 searches per month, automatic coffee machines for offices, you name it. These keywords are way better and they have a much clearer buying search intent. These people know what they're looking for and they have their Amex cards ready in hand, ready to make a purchase. Now that we nailed our keyword strategy, let's move on to part 2 of the process: on-page SEO. Here's something that most people get wrong. They focus all their efforts on optimizing product pages. Big mistake. Your collection pages are where you make the real money from e-commerce SEO. Why? Because you target more broader and commercial terms that actually drive sales. Yes, product pages have their purpose, but the search volume for product related keywords are much lower. Like literally, how many people are really out there searching for Tasimo TAS3102GB each month? Not a lot, right? Let's break down how to do on-page SEO properly for Shopify brands. First is a URL structure. Now, quick warning, if you have an existing page that is already getting tons of traffic from Google, do not touch your URLs. I've seen too many brands tank their rankings trying to create the perfect URL structure. For pages that are completely new, keep it simple. Use yourstore.com/collections, your main keyword. Next, let's move on to title tags. This is prime real estate for your SEO. Here's our proven formula that we follow when we're writing the title tag: main keyword, followed by secondary keyword, and then followed by your brand name. For example, it could be wireless headphones for gaming, best gaming headsets, tech store being your brand name. You can also replace the secondary keyword for a value-driven text snippet to try and increase your CTR. For example, you could go for something like wireless headphones for gaming, crystal clear sound and comfort, followed by your brand name. Next up for on-page SEO is the category page content. Most brands don't even add content to the category pages, they simply optimize the URL and the title tag. Again, another big mistake. You need detailed, valuable content on these pages, not just for Google, but also for your customers. We typically add detailed category descriptions, buying guides, comparison tables, FAQs, user reviews. All of this content goes below your product listing so it doesn't interfere with the shopping experience and affect your conversion rate. Let me show you a real example. We had a client in the US selling cutthroat razors, and they had their page literally just listing their products. The problem with this is that every other brand on the internet that sells these products does exactly the same thing, and it's not always clear to Google what your page is about when you just have products on it. So what did we do? Our team got to work and we added the buyer's guide below the products on this page, which helped this page increase its topical relevance. The result? The #1 spot on Google for loads of the target keywords. You can have a guess how much additional revenue the brand and generate from being seen number one for these keywords. Now, of course, you don't just want to chuck any text on your page. You need to follow a clear heading hierarchy and make sure each page is optimized around all your long tail keywords within the same keyword cluster. Very easy to do if you've done the keyword research phase properly. Here's a quick guide. Use your H1 tag for your main category page title, your H2 tag for your subcategory keywords, and your H3 tags for any subsection keywords. And of course, don't forget your meta descriptions too. Whilst they're not a direct ranking factor, they can help increase the CTR of your page, which indeed is a direct ranking factor. The best rule of thumb here is to include your keyword towards the front of your meta descriptions and literally call out your customers and grab their attention straight away. Now that we got our on-page SEO sorted, let's move on to the next part. The third part of the process is technical SEO. Foundations right, let's talk about technical SEO. Now, I know what you're thinking, here comes all the complicated stuff, but I'm gonna break this down very easy for you and only focus on the things that matter for Shopify brands. First up is your site architecture. This is essentially your site structure, and this is crucial for Google and both your users. So here's how it works. You wanna have your homepage, then your collection, and then your products. Sounds simple, right? But here's where most Shopify stores mess up. They create too many clicks to reach their products. Think about it. If it takes 4 clicks for someone to reach a product on your website, well, that's 3 clicks too many, and Google thinks the same way, which means that these products have less chances of ranking as they're deemed as not that important. As a general rule of thumb, keep it as a maximum of 3 clicks away from the homepage to any product. We've seen rankings jump for loads of clients literally just by fixing this. And when this isn't possible, you need to focus on prioritization. Next up in technical SEO is website speed optimization. Now, I'm going to be controversial here. Stop obsessing over Google page speed insight scores. Yes, page speed matters, but chasing a perfect 100 score is a complete waste of your time. Instead, focus on these key areas. Image compression, remove unused apps from your store, and minimize your theme code. We had a client who was literally stuck on page speed 60 out of 100, but they were ranking number 1 for the main keywords. How? Because we focus on what actually matters for brands, and it's not the small stuff. Get your site to load under 3 seconds, and once you've done that, move on to the next task. Spending weeks trying to decrease your site speed from 3 seconds to 2.8 or even 2.8 seconds to 2.6 is going to make absolutely no difference on your organic revenue. Site speed in general is a very technical and specialist skill, so I do recommend hiring a freelancer or a contractor who actually specializes in this to help you get your site loaded faster. And it should go without saying, your store should be mobile responsive. Over 60% of e-commerce traffic now comes from mobile. Yet I see so many stores with terrible mobile experiences where I literally just want to throw my phone in the bin. Quick checklist: test your menu, check your product images, ensure your buttons are thumb friendly too, and most importantly, test your checkout process. Make sure it functions as it should on mobile devices. Lastly, don't forget your XML sitemaps. Shopify handles this automatically, but you need to make sure of 4 things. Number 1, it's submitted to Google Search Console. Number 2, it's updated regularly. Number 3, all important pages are actually included in the sitemap. And number 4, that no block pages are listed. Here's a pro tip that most people miss. Create a sitemaps for different types of pages: collections, products, and blog posts. This gives you better control and insight as to how Google crawls your site. Remember, technical SEO isn't about perfection. It's about getting the fundamentals right. I have literally seen hundreds of Shopify stores with perfect technical SEO, but none of them rank because they completely ignore the basics and don't do any keyword research. Focus on these core fundamentals that I've outlined, and you will literally be ahead of 90% of your competition. Now, let's move on to something that can really move the needle: your content strategy. This is not about pumping out random blog posts after blog posts. It's about building topical authority around your products and target keywords. Most brands get this completely wrong. They either publish generic blog posts that don't drive any sales, or they simply focus on product descriptions, and some create content that literally doesn't align with search intent. First, you want to understand what topical authority means, and it's about becoming the go-to resource in your niche, especially across your product category. Let me give you an example. Say you sell yoga mats. Instead of just having product pages, what you need is content about different types of yoga mats. For example, cork versus rubber versus PVC, or best mats for different styles of yoga, how to clean and maintain yoga mats, yoga mat thicknesses, eco-friendly versus traditional materials. All of this content helps Google understand that you are an authority in the yoga mat space. For blog content, focus on topics that align with your buyer's journey. We typically create 3 different types of content. We have top of the funnel, which is more informational, such as how to clean a yoga mat. Then we have middle of the funnel, which is more comparison in intent, such as cork versus rubber. And lastly, we have bottom of the funnel, which is more purchase intent driven, such as thick Christian yoga mat. Here's the key: every piece of content should link back to the relevant product or collection pages. Your internal linking structure should look like this. Your blog post should link to relevant collection pages, your collection pages should link to relevant products, and your product should link to complementary items. We actually increased one brand's organic traffic by 141% just by implementing a proper internal linking structure between the 3 key pages. Don't forget about user-generated content too, which which includes customer reviews, FAQs, product Q&As, and even customer photos as well. Be sure to include them in the relevant content where possible, and this is absolutely gold for SEO as it's content that your competitors are not going to have. It also helps you keep your content fresh and natural, and it uses customer language and answers real questions and builds more trust with your audience. Remember, consistency is key. You need to be regularly adding new content to your website every single month to show Google you actually care about your website. And no, don't just rely on ChatGPT for this, as if you do, you will, like every other brand, burn themselves in the future. Do things properly, research, write, optimize, and adapt over time. This is how the largest brands are winning. So now that you've got your content strategy sorted, let's move on to the final piece of the puzzle. Let's talk about link building and why it matters so much in the world of SEO. Think of backlinks like votes of confidence from other websites. The more quality websites that are linking to you, then the more Google trusts your particular brand. And more trust equals more rankings. We've tested this countless times, and you can literally have the perfect on-page SEO, the best content in the entire world, lightning speed, website speed, but without quality links, you will not rank. Let me prove it to you. Look at any top ranking e-commerce site. They all have one thing in common. Either lots of links pointing to the individual pages that are ranking, or lots of links pointing to the overall domain and increasing the domain authority. So how do we build links properly, as of course, not all links are created equal? Well, there's two key strategies. The first is guest posting, and the second is digital PR. For guest posting, forget about mass outreach. Focus on finding sites that get real traffic, rank for relevant keywords, and have engaged audiences. Quick tip, you can check a site's traffic using Ahrefs or SEMrush before reaching out to save yourself the time. You can also see if the traffic is increasing or declining. If it's declining, stay away from that website. Most brands overcomplicate this. They either buy cheap links from dodgy sites, they use PBNs that do more harm than good, or they spam loads of low quality links from Fiverr, and you can have a guess what happens to the website. They all do more harm than good. You can also look at what links your competitors have, but you may be missing out on. I like to refer to these as no-brainer link opportunities, as if they're ranking and they have those links and you don't have them, guess what? You just need to acquire them too. But here's what most brands miss out on: link velocity. Link velocity is how quickly you build links to your website. If you suddenly acquire 100 links in 1 week after having none the previous week, that is going to look absolutely suspicious in the eyes of Google. Focus on building links in a natural manner. I recommend 5 to 10 links a month on average, depending on how many collection pages you have. Make sure when you're linking to the site, you vary the anchor text as well, and you don't over-optimize this. Here's our anchor text ratio guide: 45% branded, 20% exact match, 20% phrase match, 10% URL, and then 5% miscellaneous. Remember, it's all about quality over quantity. One link from a high traffic site is worth way more than 50 links from literally dead blogs. And if there's one thing you take away from this link building section of this video, it is avoid cheap links. Websites like Fiverr that are selling backlinks for $10, $20, $50, even $100 sometimes are absolute garbage and are going to make little to no difference to your bottom line and also your organic revenue. The key to successful link building is patience and persistence. Don't waste your time. Please do not waste your money. Once you've got steps 1 to 3 done as your foundation, you literally just need to repeat steps 4 and 5 until you hit those top positions in Google. We've seen this formula work time and time again. Within 90 days, you should start seeing movement in Google organic rankings. Keep pushing, keep creating content, and keep building high quality links, and those rankings will follow. Remember, SEO isn't about quick hacks, it's about following a proven process and staying consistent. But if you'd like my agency to handle the entire process for you, so you can sit back and focus on running the business rather than learning SEO and marketing, we offer a free, no obligation call where we will analyze your website, analyze the numbers, and show you exactly what's possible for your business. If that sounds like something of interest, then click the special link in the description below and book your free call with us today. If you found this video valuable, make sure you hit the subscribe